Hello, good morning. It's Leanne Peters here. I'm from Temple of Balance, and this is our Healing List event for some of my Temple of Balance patrons for June 2025. So, welcome. I am coming to you live now from Tasmania, Australia, and I'm here to create this space of healing and support for you. We have 27 people on our list today, so I want to thank you all for your support. That's Carol, Jackie, Nikki, Susan, Jane, Matthew, Chelsea, Christi, Sally, Anne-Marie, Allison, Angela, Priscilla, Rebecca, Suzie, A Sheep No More, Avril, Janice, Joanna, Kathleen, Michele, Nicole, Pamela, Rayna, Robin, Teala, and Joanne. I'm going to go over your names several times in this video based on our theme. Our theme is unity. I wrote these keywords down before a couple of hours ago, and then I just did the weekly guidance on Facebook, which is yet to come onto YouTube, and I started off with the unity kind of theme. So I was like, yeah, I'm definitely doing unity as our theme today. So I'm thinking keywords like unity, community, together, relationships, cooperation, roles to play. And also I was thinking of the opposite of unity and things like unity being the absence of separation and division. So separation, division, conflict is all the things that are sort of the opposite of unity. So in unity, there's an absence of separation. There's an absence of division when we come together. And this is when we come together within ourselves. So these various components that make us who we are, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, our past, our present, our relationships, our interactions and roles in life, our routine, our obligations, all these things that we're juggling on a regular basis, how we can bring those things together and find unity within us. And when we find unity within us, then it's the next challenge is to find unity in our relationships and our connections with other people. So we have from our closest relationships to our most distant sort of acquaintances. And there are all of these connections are opportunities for us to get to know each other better, to face the parts of ourselves that aren't quite right or aren't quite true or aren't quite balanced is reflected in these relationships. I notice a lot of people try to avoid relationships and connections with other people. And I'm not just talking about intimate relationships, I'm talking about relationships of all kinds. So from our closest to family, friends, co-workers, people that we're connecting with for a project or something. Anytime we're working together or united in some ways with other people would be relationships. And a lot of people these days seem to be very anti connecting with people because they argue or they fight back or whatever. But I do feel that relationships are one of our most valuable teachers in life. So also looking at unity within our life, how united we feel about our life itself. Where is our life taking us? Are we on board? Are we riding the wave of our life through? Or are we sort of watching from the sidelines wondering what the heck is going on here? So unity spreads, it's across the board. So I'm thinking personally in our relationships or interpersonally and in our life. And I've got some hair flapping around I can feel. So that's where I'm sort of at the moment. So I want to continue repeating those of you who are on the healing list. We have 27 of you, so thank you very much. I'm going to start by some smudging and clearing. Let's look at clearing and focusing on clearing the things that are stopping us from feeling united within ourselves. Now we could also say this is balance. The things that are in the way of us feeling balanced or harmonious or united within us, within our relationships, within our life. So let's think of it in those three Well, I'm thinking it in those three ways. You may like to as well. So me, others, life. Myself, others, life. Where does the balance and the unity sit and the harmony sit in those different sections, and how does it sit between these sections? It's quite fascinating, at least to me, the thought of the interconnectedness between things. I always find this quite fascinating, the interconnectedness, the responses and reactions between things. Why is that triggering to me, and why is that not triggering, something else triggering to me, but not triggering to me, but it triggers to someone else? Why do we have these reactions and responses to various things? It's such an interesting topic to me. So, well, I was going to smudge, but I'm going to start by pulling a card. And then I'm going to go through your names again. I want to go through your names like almost like your names are a song. And every time that I say your name, those of you on the healing list, I think of it as like a song. And it's like bringing the group together here, because we're here together, the 27, 28 of us, plus anyone else who's connecting. So I'm thinking the best way to start or to plant some unity seeds is here within our own group, here within ourselves. So while I'm shuffling, I'm going to sing through your names again. Carol and Jackie and Nikki and Susan, Jane, Matthew, Chelsea and Christi, Sally, Anne-Marie, Allison, Angela and Priscilla, Rebecca and Susie. A sheep no more. Avril, Janice, Joanna, Kathleen, Michele, Nicole, Pamela, Rayna, Robin, Teala and Joanne. So the best card as we start this connection today, focused around bringing things together, unity, the absence of separation and division. This is called the Harvest, card 55. And the Harvest says, it's time to enjoy the fruits of your efforts and your hard work. Life, balance, wisdom, completion of a phase so that the new can birth. Earth, support and appreciate. So this is about enjoying the fruits of our labor and our hard work, and within those fruits contain the seeds for the next phase or the next chapter. So this is about really recognizing where we're at, taking stock of this moment, what's led us to here, enjoying the fruits that we can enjoy in our life at this time, and then moving forward into the next chapter or allowing the next seed to grow. Let's do some smudging now. I've got my sage here. So take a nice big breath, and we'll use this as an opportunity to release, especially releasing things that are stopping us from feeling united within ourselves, our relationships, our life. Now, if the unity between in our relationships and our life is just too much to think about right now, then just think about your connection, your relationship with yourself. Start there. Always start there, because it's something that's more in our control in some ways. It's something more available to us, is our ability to improve and change and further unite or shift what's blocking us. So take a nice big breath, and we ask this sacred smoke to wash over our bodies and carry away with it all negative energies, entities, cords, hooks, attacks, and attachments. Anything that we're holding on too tightly to that has no room to heal, let's give ourselves permission to let it go. Let's release and breathe out and away our insecurities, our wounds from the past, our self-doubts, our lack of self-trust, the things that are holding us back. Let's breathe out and let those things go. Let's breathe out and let go of everything that's holding us back from uniting with ourselves. All of the tension that we're holding on to, all of the distractions and the procrastination, let's let those things go. Everything that feels separated or apart or ripped up within us, let's let it go. Let them go. Breathe them out and let them go. Let's figure out how we can find ourselves to reconnect and bring together all these parts that feel like they're disjointed and separate within us. A good place to start is to look at how we're feeling or how we're connected or disconnected physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. And then we can expand those things or break those areas down into more subtitles or subcategories. So on a physical level, we might be looking at our obligations, the work that we do, our financial situation. On a mental level, we might be looking at our distractions. We might also be looking at our schedule, our routine, what we're giving our attention to, what we're distracted by, what is pulling us away from what's important to us. In fact, making a list of what is important to us can be really helpful. What are our priorities? What's important to us at this time? And how can we tend to those things? I like to say and remind myself to tend to the nest. The nest are the things in my home. The nest are the things around me. The nest are the people I live with. The nest for me is my finances. It's my schedule. It's my day-to-day life. It's my how balanced and how I treat myself, how I nurture myself is all how I think of this nest. And I need to remind myself from time to time to tend to the nest, especially if I'm getting outside of my nest and I might be worrying about other people's lives, or I might be stressed out about something that's out of the nest. So sometimes I need to remind myself, get back to the nest, get back to what's most important, get back to the things in my home, in my day-to-day life that I can do something about. So let's snuff out the smudge stick. Let's take a nice big breath. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to sing through your names again, but I'm going from the bottom of my list up. And there's no hierarchy here, it's just the way the names come out. Joanne and Teala and Robin and Rayna. We've got Pamela and Nicole, Michele and Kathleen, Joanna and Janice and Avril. A Sheep No More and Suzie and Rebecca and Priscilla and Angela, Allison, Anne-Marie, Sally, Christi, Chelsea, Matthew, Jane, Susan, Nicki, Jackie, and Carol. Thank you all for coming together with us today. I think we're done. All right, let's grab another card. I'm going to add it to the harvest. And I've got my drum here, so I'm going to be drumming in just a moment. So I'm shuffling the cards. I'm specifically now looking over my keywords. Oops. I'm burning a hole in the carpet. There we go. Whoopsie. Okay, I'm specifically focusing on my keywords that I originally put down as I was coming up with a plan for this connection today. Unity, community, together, relationships, cooperation, roles we play, the absence of separation and division. So the best card for this moment with those things in mind is this Healing Energy Cards, Deck 2, and we have Ride the Wave, card 95. It says a wave of chaos and change. Now, this is part of life, isn't it? Life isn't rose petals and joyous, bright blue skies and birds singing and ease. Life has challenges. Life is full of change. Things never stay the same. That's why I like to practice gratitude for the things and the people that are here now and that are working for me now, that I love now, because the time will come where these things change and these things move on. Everything changes. It's probably the one consistent thing with life is change. So I'm very hesitant to buy into, personally, the joy and I really don't like the word joy that much. It feels very ungrounded to me. So I won't use it that often. But, sprinkling love and light and blessings on everything and everything just being amazing and happy all the time, I don't think that's the reality of life. I think the reality of life is change. And the best thing I've found is gratitude, so that I can capture those great moments and the great connections and the great times and kind of hold those, in some ways, freeze time a little bit of those things that I really enjoy, the good health that I'm feeling. I don't want to take these sorts of things for granted. So, life is not all roses and butterflies and flower petals. It is change, really. Life is change. Life is growth, and growth is change. So a wave of chaos and change, that's life. Ride it. I guess for me, I figure that I love trying to bring order to the chaos. I find that a bit of a thrill for me. Is okay, this feels like it's out of balance, this feels like it's chaotic, whether it's something I'm feeling inside or something in a relationship of a connection I have with another person, or something about my life might just feel chaotic. It's not quite harmonious, it's not in balance, there's something just not quite right about it. So then my job is to try and find the order, or find the harmony, find the solution, find the way through that particular chaos. So it's like a challenge, and turning the challenge into an opportunity to stretch further or grow further or change or improve further as well. So it says a wave of chaos and change, ride it, do your best, take a break if needed. The storm always passes. Take action on the facts and not assumptions, and flow. Yeah, definitely not great to take action on assumptions and just sometimes stop and listen and feel and not react, and then wait till we have the facts, wait till we have the information that we've heard, and then we can take action on that. So there is movement in this card. It shows wave riding, and this is life riding, isn't it? So if we're okay within us, if we have found some sort of balance and unity within us that we're constantly adjusting to, once we find balance, it's not something that remains forever. It's something we have to maintain, something we adjust to, something that we're sometimes, again, finding or feeling for. So finding that balance, I feel, the balance, the unity within us. What was I going to say? Will help us be able to ride the wave through. When we are stronger, when we are clearer, when we are united within ourselves, then that might be seen as like a surfboard, that we're riding through the surf, we're riding through the waves of life. All right, I'm getting ready to drum, but I'm going through your names now. Oh my gosh, Melanie, welcome. Melanie's here from Germany, but she's going to sleep now. It's lovely to connect with you. Teala's here, excellent. And Mika, welcome. Okay, let's go through your names, and I'm going to go through a bit slower now and say your full name. So as I say your name, and as I have been saying your name already, those of you on the healing list, I think of bringing this group together, bringing us together, supporting each other, working things out, We all have different strengths and weaknesses that we bring to the relationship or the group. So we could only be better together unless we're some type of control freak and we want to control or dominate the group. But if we don't want to dominate and control the group, if we're not on a power trip, if we're genuinely wanting to unite and be empowered together, then our strengths and weaknesses should go together. What I'm strong at, you're probably weaker in. What you're strong at, I'm probably weaker in. And we work together, these various intricacies of our personality. Okay, I'm calling forward now before I drum. Carol White, Jackie, Nicki Mohler, Susan Sonsteng, Jane Corlett, Matthew Keith, Chelsea Keith, Christi, Sally Rogers, Anne-Marie Douglas, Allison, Angela Fraser, Priscilla Kimboko, Rebecca Ross, Suzie Nicholls, A Sheep No More, Avril Daly, Janice Chalmers, Joanna Levine, Kathleen Glen, Michele Burch, Nicole Wiggins, Pamela Florea, Rayna Ortiz, Robin Hippler, Teala Smith, and Joanne Monroe. Let's go with the drumming. Thanks, Teala. Okay, I've got this drum here, one of our large drums that I just love the sound of. So I trust you enjoy it. There's nothing you can do wrong, just listen and allow the drum to support you and bring you together with yourself. Help bring you together in your relationships. Help mend discordance or things that aren't working at the moment, things that are out of whack somehow. Feel the drum moving down those pathways, those connections, and hopefully helping repair the things that need to be repaired. So just breathe. There's nothing you can do wrong. Just listen and let the drum hold and support you. Carol and Jackie and Nikki and Susan, Jane and Matthew and Chelsea and Christi, Sally and Anne-Marie and Allison and Angela, Priscilla, Rebecca and Susie. A Sheep No More, Avril, Janice, Joanna, Kathleen, Michele, Nicole and Pamela, and Rayna, Robin, Teala and Joanne. Together, united as one. And that drumming was really interesting because I just kept wanting to hold in between the beats, which is why I think compared to normal, my rhythm was quite slow but very consistent, a consistent, steady rhythm. It reminded me of patience, reminded me of not rushing ahead, not pulling forward too much, but at the same time not hesitating and holding back too much, but finding the middle ground, the place of action and patience, the place where we move forward without desperately pushing forward, the place where we exist without holding back, where we're comfortable in our skin, where we're feeling confident and we trust in ourselves to make the right decisions that we need to make in life. We trust where we are in life. We trust in perfect timing. We trust in the unfolding of things. We trust in what pulls us or interests us on a curiosity, passion sort of front. We hold strong in our current position, in our body, in this present moment, like a pillar, like a Greek pillar, standing tall and erect, not leaning back, not leaning forward, not leaning side to side, but just in center, in the vertical. And we hold this position here as we ride the wave forward, as we ride the wave. Now, we're not like a dead fish floating down the river. We are like on our boat, on our board, in our canoe, or whatever visual you like. We're riding the wave down. We also pick and choose which path we take when we get to a juncture, when this river splits. And we're like, do I go this way or this way? And sometimes we make our decision in a split instant and we go down that path or that path. Sometimes we have warning in some ways, or we can prepare ourselves. We can see the split in the road coming up ahead. So we prepare and we think about it, which path's best, the pros and the cons, blah, blah, blah. I'm taking this path. And then we lean that way. So we're making these choices and decisions. We're thinking things through. We're figuring out how to be an active participant in our life, where we're trusting in ourselves. We're being as confident as we can be without tipping into being too egotistical. And we're moving with this flow, the movement, the rhythm of our life. And the relationships, the connections we have with people, they push and pull on this raft or on this vessel that we're floating down the river on. They push and they pull, they challenge and they reward our flow and our ability to stay on board our floating vessel. So the relationships are not hindrances, they are challenges, and they are potentially some of the best rewards that we will ever feel and experience in our life. So let's be careful that we're not avoiding people. Maybe because we don't want to be hurt again, maybe because we just don't like people generally. Let's not be afraid to reveal ourselves, be intimate with someone else. Now, intimate doesn't only necessarily mean sexually. We can be intimate with our closest people in our life through deep conversation, through vulnerability, through listening, through sharing honestly and openly, through exploring thoughts and visions and topics that we enjoy. There is intimacy in this. I think intimacy is basically vulnerability. So Let's not be afraid of these pushes and pulls from people, these connections that we can have with others that can help broaden and widen our path or our river, that can help us be better individuals, that can help us improve ourselves. People are the best mirrors. Relationships are the best mirrors of these things. So when we avoid people, we are avoiding ourselves. So I'm going to go through your names and then I'm going to pull a card to go. So thank you for joining me, and hopefully you feel a bit less divisive within yourself, a bit less separated, a little bit less isolated, and hopefully feeling more unity, more of a connection rather than a disconnection. So a connection with yourself, a connection in your relationships. Now, all relationships require effort, including our relationship with ourselves. So connections require effort. And if we don't put effort in, they become disconnections, they become separations, their distance becomes present before too long. So all of our connections require effort to maintain. Our relationship, our connection with ourselves, our relationship, our connection with others, our relationship and our connection with life. And then all the subcategories within those elements. They all require effort. It's not just a matter of picturing us being connected, picturing us walking hand in hand with our loved one. We have to put the effort into all of these things. Otherwise, they snuff out. We know this. Carol White and Jackie and Nicki Mohler and Susan Sonsteng. We've got Jane, Corlett and Matthew and Chelsea Keith. Christi and Sally Rogers and Anne-Marie Douglas, Allison and Angela Fraser, Priscilla Kimboko, Rebecca Ross and Suzie Nicholls, A Sheep No More and Avril Daly, Janice Chalmers, Joanna Levine, Kathleen Glen and Michele Burch, Nicole Wiggins, Pamela Florea, Rayna Ortiz, Robin Hippler, Teala Smith, and Joanne Monroe. Now, a lot of these names I've been reading out for years. I don't know how long I've been on Patreon. It must be 8 years or 9 or 7. Something around 8 years. And some of you, I've been saying your name for many of those years. So I want to extend out a deep, deep, heartfelt thank you for your support over all of this time. Thank you so much for your support. I truly appreciate it more than words can say. Thank you so much from my heart to yours. Let's pull the cards. So we've got the Harvest, we've got Ride the Wave. I've already come up. Let's look for our best card that we need in regards to what's next. What do we need to know for what's next as we move on from here? How can we best carry this energy through into our life as we prepare to turn off this video and go into doing whatever it is we're going to be doing? How can we best keep this energy going or support its momentum? The best card to add for what's next is here. Healing Energy Cards, Deck 2 is Release Expectations, card 71. Release expectations. Don't worry about the future. Release. Again, don't make assumptions. Let's ask questions. Let's get the facts. Let's wait for the information to come instead of assuming the worst or putting expectations, unrealistic expectations onto other people, onto parts of our life, unrealistic expectations onto ourselves. These block the flow of energy. Expectations are among the worst I've seen or experienced for blocking the flow. Procrastination, distractions are also up there, I can tell you. But expectations are, they just do not support the flow and movement of our life. Expectations send our energy out into the future, and often what we're sending out as an expectation doesn't happen anyway. So we spend all that time worrying about something that often just fizzles out by the time we get there. And if we end up feeling disappointed, then we've had an expectation attached to that thing that we're disappointed about. So expectations, be gone. Assumptions, be gone. Trust in the flowing moment. You are safe and protected. Surrender and let go of your feelings of disappointment. Feeling disappointment is a sure sign that we've had an unrealistic expectation attached to that thing that we're disappointed about that didn't work out the way we expected. So if you want to not experience disappointment, then we need to really look at not attaching expectations to things. Years and years ago, it must be over 20 years ago, I realized that expectations block that flow of energy. So I've been trying my very best to not live with expectations. Now, sometimes I know I did without realizing it because I feel disappointed, but it doesn't happen that often. So I can't highlight enough, the value enough in releasing expectations. They do not serve us in the here and now. So release expectations, don't worry about the future, and go with the flow as best as you can. Find what that flow means for you. How can you go with it? How can you move with it based on your personality, your values, your truths, your ethics, who you are as a person. And if you don't know who you are as a person, then this is a great opportunity to reconnect with that part of you, with who you are, and find out. So thanks so much for connecting. It's been my pleasure, as always, to connect with you. I'll be back again at the end of July for our next similar healing list event with a different theme. So I look forward to connecting with you then if you're inspired to be a part of it. If you'd like to be on our list for next month, then please have a look in the video description and consider becoming a Patreon. Thank you so much and have a fantastic day. Namaste. Thank you. Thanks, Teala.